Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector. And in this segment of 1/12 scale military action figure takes, there's going to be the accessories, weapons from Top Fun Retro Toys 3D. So I'm in my Valaverse slash Legion of Valaverse action figure fan groups, and I saw this guy post there his a copy of some 3D printed weapons, and I'm like, okay, well, here's an unbox. We're gonna do an unboxing right now and see if any of the stuff that he made is any good. We'll see. I bought a bunch of his stuff because I was like, okay, intrigued. Support my community, right? Ugh, yeah, see that? I bought a bunch of stuff. Yeah, they're packed really well. Oh man, this looks promising. There's all sorts of different colors of these things, but I decided to go with the black versions of these things. So, ooh, holy smokes! I didn't realize I ordered as much as I did. You're about to find out. All right, so let me I'll put them all on display, and then somewhere you'll see the subtitles that I put into this bad boy, what pack it is and what they are. Okay, so pause. And yeah, here's the lineup. Holy smokes! There might be some extras that I'm unaware of that's there because I've. Ooh, um, let me just say, let me put it this way. There's just a bunch, a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I remember ordering for sure 3 of these. The the title of what they are should be in the bottom here or on this thing right here. Because they look really good. There's the different butt stocks, but I chose this one because this is the one that I know that I'm more familiar with in real life that I messed with. The other butt stocks that they have, I've never really messed with, so I just kind of left it alone. But yeah, this material is actually pretty good. It reminds me of G.I. Joe original classified level kind of material. So it feels good. It doesn't feel like it's brittle, like it's going to break or anything. It bends a little bit. It's got a bendy kind of thing to it, which is appreciated in my opinion, right? Yeah, I got 3 of those, so they're all just lined up because I figured when I troop build like my 60th anniversary stuff, they'll be rocking more realistic weapons. Now I got this with the scope, right? I got 3 of those, but I think I may have gotten more than 3 because he may have just hooked me up with extra because holy smokes, well, this one had, or maybe like, well, here are these, except with a longer. Let's compare, right? They're all, yeah. They just, I got 3. I know I got 3 of these. I'm trying to see the difference. There is, yeah, one is longer and the other is not as long, short, more snub. Either way, I got them both, right? You'll notice one's longer than the other. Plus, this one has that grip, and that one does not. It was a little bit of a fun game trying to match these things up, right? So the ones with the grip, ones without the grip, ones with the scope, ones without the scope. Yeah, kind of throws me off. So I look, yeah, it looks like I bought 3 of these too. Yeah, these with the scope. So yeah, in case I troop build, and I'll have all kinds of, yeah. So I went I went pretty buck wild with the weapons to support, the community. It's cheaper, I think, when you buy them in bulk. So I was motivated, and I believe, let's see, like some of the packs that I bought was the Vietnam related pack. So that's why I got the M16, which is reminiscent of the older era, classic Joe, original 13 Joe kind of Imagine weapons. So that's what I have them thinking. And I also got, this with the, I'm just really big on the grenade launcher. It reminds me of my era, especially this one. This one in particular, the M6, the 203, I believe that's what it is. Either way, yeah, this is not bad, and the material is very good. It's like it. I don't feel like it's gonna break like some of the other stuff that I've gotten before. And I bought this in particular because the one that I had, the gridiron one that I bought that came with the set for his radio, his broke pretty easily. So I got this for breaker, and specifically because, again, while I like how small, breaker's weapon, because it was small and had this, it's very fragile, so it broke real easily. It fell, and from on carpet of all things too, and it still broke. So yeah, yep. Uh, so yeah, I believe this was the part of the Vietnam era pack, and this. Actually, hang on. I think we just looked at that, or unless I think I got two of it. I'm trying to remember, did I buy two of each of these? He must have just hooked me up, because I don't remember ordering two of these, unless, I don't know, maybe I did, and because I'm out of control. I'm one of those people like, you know what, might as well get doubles just in case. This I don't remember ordering, but I like it. Whatever this is, cool. If this is his version of the gosh dang this is cool. I like it. I'm gonna based on the material of this, I'm gonna buy more from this guy. Top Fun, the quality build, the feel of this thing feels great, and the prices aren't that bad. I think I'll have the prices on the description below, so that you guys can see, or like you guys, I'm just gonna put the link and you guys figure it out for yourselves, all right? Because I bought from this guy. Say if he came really fast. Homie's a veteran, so I'm gonna, support my fellow vets. I'm all about that life, so, All right. Well, it looks like the next thing I'm gonna do is, well, before I get into that, hang on. I don't, dude, I'd just be getting stuff, and I'm thinking this is part of some kind of pack, unless he just hooked me up. But either way, this one's freaking awesome. This looks like something that I would try to give Beachhead for sure. This is just looks pretty gosh darn good, right? I got another one of these shotguns I think he hooked me up with one of these shotguns, because I don't remember this being in the pack. I could be wrong, but I did remember wanting this one for sure. This, because how the GI Joe ones have that, the buttstock folds. Well, except it doesn't function properly. But this, I don't have to worry about it doing all that. And I got the snub nose version, not snub nose, but smaller barrel version. And here's a longer barrel version, right? See, same thing. Shotgun. Yeah, he got the shotgun set, and I think he hooked me up with the desert one of these. Thanks, sir. You're a cool guy. Anyways, yeah, I think that it's safe to order from this guy because he hooked me up. Plus, he just, the prices weren't that bad. Is pretty fair, and the materials, again, I don't feel like these things are gonna break when you put too much pressure on these things versus things that I got from other places. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but yeah, they look great, but man, but some of their stuff, the quality, I don't know if it'll last. So, but this, I'm confident that this thing will not snap as I try to put things in the hands of the things that I'm, the figure. So, all right, let's model some of these. All right. So my shotgun model is going to be my guy Wolf Spider here, since he has a shotgun as a primary weapon that he comes with, right? Yeah, you know what, dude? Night vision goggles with shotgun. I don't know if that necessarily looks like a thing that you would be doing with night vision goggles on, but yeah. Anyways, it fits the hands well, the trigger hands well. So it's a pretty good look. And it comes with shotgun shells on the side, plus a flashlight on the bottom. So I think it looks pretty sharp, right? All right, let's try some other shotguns. So the snub, well, the short barrel one. Well, you're gonna see if anything breaks. If the quality is anything that I claimed that it was, and it wasn't, it'll break in front of me. But yeah, look, I never have to worry about this sucker falling or breaking or anything, and it looks good. And that was his primary weapon, which is why I got this, because if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna make sure that this sucker doesn't fricking fall off, which always seems to do when I mess with his weapon, right? The one that he comes standard issued with. Yeah, I think it's a good look, pretty sharp, right? I mean, it's not going to be hyper realistic, and I don't think it's intended to, because the point is it's going to match. It's got to match with the gosh dang aesthetic of the toy, right? Can't be too. The weapon can't should not look better than the gosh dang figure. That's my point. And this is what it looked like with the shorter barrel folded buttstock, right? Kind of cool, because you could have them in that configuration if you wanted. So yeah, I think to me, this is better than me having to worry about his primary falling apart. But that's just me. Okay, next we're gonna do the longer barrel. See if it's a sharper look than the shorter one. But you guys be the judge. You let me know what you guys think or feel about that. And it looks proportioned too. It doesn't look like it's too big or too small. It looks just right, like it's intended for 1/12 scale. It doesn't look small, doesn't look too big. It fits just right. Yeah. So yeah, for me, the shotguns, as you can already see, is a win, simply on Parma's Wolf Spider's modeling. See, I know. Y'all let me know. Is this a good look? Bad look? I think it's a good look. Excuse me. Yep. Bask in its ambience. I think this thing looks good. Yeah. You can model this. The silhouette on this thing would be really dope when you're taking pictures, I think. You might have to do some filters just to, to, to make it seem like it's less of an accessory. You know what I mean? More part of the, just saying. All right, cool. But I like it. It's a good look. All right, pause. We're going to go next to the beachhead stuff. And there you go. This is a beachhead with this weapon. You're looking pretty good with it. Looking pretty sharp. Better than that green abomination from the future that he was rocking. You know what I'm saying? And I like this. This is a good look. Looking very modern, warfare-ish. Yeah, not future warfare-ish. Future warfare is cool, I guess, but I've never seen any of those things in real life. If I saw it in real life, then I'll probably like, oh, I want my gun. You put that gun back on now. Right meow. All right. So let's go with the same weapon except with the longer barrel and no handle. I forgot what it's called. So we're trying to make them look very rangerish, very sniperish. Yeah, I think you can do it. It's a good look. Of course, I got to heat gun this bad boy so that he can fit it in his hands properly. But you guys get the gist, right? You know what I mean? Y'all get the doggone gist. I'm not an expert poser or anything. Posing of figures. I am a poser. That's why I'm a casual collector, not a hardcore poser. That kind of poser, not posing for action figures. That's what I suck at. So, yeah. This is a good look. All right, next, let's go with one with the longer scope, looking kind of modern-ish. All right, here we go. Ooh, another good look. Guys, I don't know what to tell y'all. This is a good look, and it's for cheaps. Now, it's not painted like the Valiverse stuff, so the Valiverse stuff is really good. But I'm a variety guy. The problem is the Valiverse stuff looks good with the Valiverse stuff. I don't know if it necessarily looks too good with the GI Joe stuff, because we understand that GI Joe is not, their accessories are not meant to look as good like as the Valiverse stuff. So that's why I got something more plain to match the aesthetic of all the other weapons that GI Joe, uh, classified characters do have. You know what I mean? It makes more sense, right? So yeah, that's how I do it when I want to play a game of subdued, and that's what I might end up having to do with a couple of Valiverse figures. Give them these kind of weapons so they look like they match with the Joes, because their weapons might look a little more too fancy for them to play with the Joes. Look out of place. Hey, your gear looks too good, bro. You can't outshine us. So yeah, it's a good look. Hang on. So next, this weapon here, I don't even know what it is, but whatever it is, I'm going to put the name. You should see the name introduced, and that's kind of weird. Weird. Yeah, no, I don't think you'll be messing with that like that. Either way, scope. So the scope's bigger than the guy, than the barrel of this thing. But this thing is, I don't know, looks pretty interesting. I like it. Yeah, very. I don't know. It's interesting. I like it. I don't know. I don't think Beachhead is the guy to wield this. I think more of a female fig might be, which is cool because. All right. So the next model I'm going to use is for Vietnam era stuff, which is coming next. So pause. All right. And yes, here are my Vietnam era guys. Even though this is not a Vietnam era weapon, I got this mainly again because of when I went to get the Gridiron Studios one, this Gridiron Studios kit, it came with this kind of a weapon, but it broke. It was this small and everything. I love the way it looked on him, and since it's broken, it snapped right here. I figured I'd get him one that's close to what I got, and this is it. It's a small version of that. Of course, the only sucky part is this is gunmetal grayish and not black, but it's if I guess if you want it, you could paint it. It's not that big of a deal if you ask me. So, and to be honest, M16s, the weapons really aren't that black. It really is closer to this, colors too. So, but me being a guy who just enjoys black, loves to see things in black, right? But either way, it's black enough. The problem again, the reason why I wish it would be a little bit more black is just so it would match how black this is. But I think it's nothing that paint can't fix if I really needed it to be that black. But it's not that big of a deal because again, GI Joe accessories are not. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty cheap, so it looks like it matches the aesthetic of what Classified would come standard issue with, except better in my opinion. All right, here the old school M16 now. Grunts. This is Grant standard issue M16. So, pretty excited about this. This looks pretty good. Old school. Might give it to Shockwave so he could look more like SWAT from the 80s. All right, next up, I'm going to have him modeling his 240 M203. This is a good look too. I love this weapon. This thing looks freaking great. I love it. Now, one of the things I showed in the last video that I did for the Arsenal of Pew Pews, because I was in love with this, is now this looks more like what I'm more used to having issued. This is a little bit more on the modern, I guess, is what they probably do now, but when I was in deployment, this is closer to what it was like that I deployed with. So yeah, the M203, nostalgia weapon for me. So yeah, you'll notice how black this is as opposed to that. That's probably the one thing again that if you want more black-ish stuff, you're gonna need it. You might gonna need to paint it yourself, or maybe even request it to be more black. But I like it like this. It's fine with me. I like it like again to match the gummy aesthetic of. Well, here's again the classified stuff. It's kind of on the plain side, so it matches the plain side of things. IMO, so I like it. Let's see here. I already did that because this just has doubles, and I guess we're gonna model this weapon. I think this is an A. I don't know. Is this an AK-47? It may be. It doesn't. The stock does not remind me. I remember just picking this up quite literally because I wanted to get the gosh dang. Mostly for this, but the weapons pack I think may have included this. I think these came to it came as a set of 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, it was. I think it was like a Vietnam era. Uh, well, you guys can figure it out when you guys explore the link. It'll come in a set. You pay less if you buy things in a set, which is why I was incentivized to get them as a set. Yeah, kind of cool. But I think I'm more in love with the M6, the M203 than anything else. And I might end up giving this weapon literally to Breaker because it looks like something that Breaker should be rocking instead. But he's carrying a radio, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Kind of torn. But yeah, well, the good news is when I start to army build any of the 60th anniversary stuff, they're gonna be they'll have options, right? So they don't have to rock those weapons that don't make sense because they not look like they're in real life weapons, you know. So, all right, folks, that's all I got for this segment of Military Action Figure Takes 1/12 scale. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector, and yeah, this was the sharing of the top fun retro toys 3D accessories. Please hit up his link. Go over there and buy his stuff. Okay. So until next video, folks. Ciao. I'm doing something different, folks. I'm starting off first with an alibi before the real video starts. First, this is one of the weapons I was hooked up with. Sorry about that. I forgot to put it in display. Really awesome. Yeah, I didn't order this, but he hooked me up. Thank you, sir. Good sir. At Top Gun. You guys should subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'll have the link in the description. Please sub. Another thing I was hooked up with is this right here. I'm not too competent on figuring out what exactly this is, but I did write it down in the bottom here when it gets to that part of the video. But this is one of the ones I hooked up with. I didn't order this, but he hooked me up. Thank you, sir. You've been so generous. This, oh my gosh, Top Fun is very generous. And another thing that I would like to start off with, the third thing that he hooked me up with is this AK-74. Doesn't have no launchers, nothing. This is your basic, I think, AK with a scope, right? That's one of the other things that he hooked me up with. And another thing, so in the Vietnam Nights pack that I picked up, I had a hard time trying to figure out, thinking that I had bought two different, the same thing. I didn't. One has a flash suppressor, the other didn't. I just didn't notice it earlier. And This also came in the set. It was a 5-piece set. M16A1 with scope. Forgot what, but with a scope. it's one of these with a scope and the and grenade launcher, and of course M16A1 with the grenade launcher. Yeah, that the NAM pack, and you when you guys hit his site up, it'll all be there. And I know it's all in messed up order, folks. I am so sorry, but you get to see the opening and everything, the proper intro next.